now, can you take it, Mr. My boss asked me. If you were me, what would you do? Would you take it? You know, at that moment, I couldn't think of anything else. I said yes immediately without thinking. And now I think that was the best decision I've ever made in my life. You know, because I decided not to quit. I went to study like crazy, you know, no friends, no phones, no televisions, no hanging out. I did anything I could do. I tried any method I could try to learn, to hear, to understand, to speak. Even in my dreams, I was muttering with myself in English. And 5 months later, I just barely passed the interview. You know, I just barely passed it. But I did it. Yeah, I did it. But until then, I still didn't understand why I could make such a big change within just a few months. And I kept trying to figure out the reasons why some people can speak 4, 5 languages, while many others struggle for years with their first foreign language. Fortunately, when I was studying in the US, I had a chance to attend a course which is called Accelerated Learning Techniques. And during this program, I have found 2 important things. The first thing is that most language learners don't have a strategy. You know, when you do something without a strategy, you would easily fail at your very first attempt. Or maybe you would have to spend much more time and effort without getting considerable result. And some people do have strategies, but somehow they just don't work. And here comes the second thing. Those strategies don't work because most people don't understand the working mechanism of human brain when it comes to learning a new language. You know, your brain is awesome, but if you don't use it properly, it's not going to work at its best. So that's why I have spent a huge amount of my time doing research on this issue. I read tons of books. I developed and tested dozens of methods with my friends and my students. It took me more than 4 years, and finally I have cracked the secret code of learning a new language. In the next part, I'm going to share with you the secret that can help you be able to hear, understand, and speak, or even present like a professional native speaker. People will have to turn their heads around to look at you every time you pick up the phone to talk to someone in English. But before we move ahead, I think it's important to talk a little bit about the problems and the obstacles that you might be facing. I guess you could have been learning English for a while, and if I'm not wrong, you may not Hi everybody. Have you ever imagined that someday you can speak English freely as if it were your mother tongue? You can confidently join and pass any English interview, become a member of any multinational corporation you want, or work as a global businessman, negotiating deals with partners coming from all over the world. If those are what you've ever dreamed of, and if you're still struggling with your English, let me help you. My name is Hưng, author of the 5 Steps to Speak a New Language, and chief representative of German Road Training and Consulting. In this video series, I'm going to share with you why you can quickly master your English skills and how you can do it right here in Vietnam. And even if you have no talent in foreign language at all, let me ask you some questions. Have you been worrying about your English for quite long? And sometimes you look back and you found that you have been wasting too much time. Maybe you have several times determined yourself to overcome it, but it seems like you have too many things to do in life and you don't have more than 24 hours a day. And then you keep switching from class to class, searching on those online forums, trying to figure out an effective way of learning English or to look for a good teacher. Until now, you still don't know where to start. Well, you are not alone. Do you know that just a few years ago, I used to spend my whole day just to write a few lines